Welcome to Focus on Claims with Ernie Bray, CEO of ACT.
Hey everyone, Ernie Bray here with Focus on Claims, another episode. And today I have a couple guests on that are going to be talking about the world of VINData. And the company is called VINData Products. And I have them on to sort of talk about how this is important in the industry. And today I have Edie and Adam on. Edie and Adam, welcome to the show.
Thanks. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, you know what? Instead of doing the intro, I'll let you, both of you, introduce yourselves. Tell us a little bit about who you are, your background, your entrepreneurial journey. I always love entrepreneurial stories. Tell us about your career. Let us know, our listeners know a little bit about each of you.
Thanks, Ernie. Yeah, the backstory is always fun. We've known each other for a while, since the kind of early days of some of the emergent San Diego automotive tech scene. And my background has centered around leading financial, technical, operational aspects of various entrepreneurial endeavors over the past 25 years. But as part of that journey, Edie and I are both alumnus and founding employees from a company called InstaVin. InstaVin was started in 2009. And as a company, it was a pioneer in establishing the concept of near real-time vehicle history and vehicle history data. And we are really incredibly successful in being the first real disruptor in the vehicle history space. We were able to break down the market duopoly that had been in existence in that space for a long time for vehicle history data and information service provisions by the incumbents Carfax and AutoCheck, and really disrupt that space. It's remarkably different 10 years down the road than it was in 2010. InstaVin was ultimately purchased by Car Auction Services, which is now Car Global, back in 2015. And Edie and I, as part of that team, established some new and exciting programs at Car. We helped them to expand their remarketing and data offerings internally and commercially. But InstaVin was ultimately wound down as part of a broader restructuring and downsizing at Car in 2019. So at that point, Edie and I had a chance to collectively catch our breath after kind of a wild 10-year ride and re-examine life. But Edie, you want to do a quick intro of yourself as well?
Sure. So my name is Edie Hirtenstein, and I came to automotive from the software side of the business. So I really had more of a technology background, but I have now been in the vehicle history reporting business and vehicle data business for about 20 years. So I bring, a fair amount of experience in knowing what our customers are interested in and what information they need in order to make their businesses better. So Adam and I together, we really make a terrific partnership because our skill sets don't overlap tremendously, and yet we get along terrifically, and we're really happy to be able to have started this company in the last year.
So when you're starting a company, you have to come up with the idea. So how'd you come up with the idea of VINData Products?
Well, the idea and the name VINData Products really came from the often repeated and sort of natural description of what you guys do. Well, we know VINData. So we take pride in our collective understanding of VIN-based information and the ability to create products around customer-driven needs and a customer-focused approach. The two of us had started some other entrepreneurial endeavors sort of in the interim post our car world, but we kept getting calls from people where we heard echoed some thematic things. People were talking about problems that they have with the price to value ratios for data and access to specific kinds of information and trusted information. We were fielding lots of questions about the industry's kind of inability to meet the demands of mobility and specialty vehicle users, particularly, and information around mobile and specialty vehicles. Some of our more nuanced commercial, conversations were focused on, identifying needs to assemble sort of disparate information into one source and create products that are, not just a vehicle history report. So, we thought, well, that's kind of what we do. We know VIN data and we create products around it. So it all kind of came together naturally as sort of the idea of VINData Products and the company providing information and products around vehicles
Well, the name kind of just sort of makes total sense now. The name just kind of fits exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So, together, I think we all collectively possess over 80 years of experience and direct knowledge in VIN-based data and vehicle remarketing. So we were convinced that we could really help clients manage risk and improve their vehicle remarketing efforts, based on our expertise, and, help them drive intelligent decision-making through the data and extract value from the data, as opposed to just kind of creating a vehicle history report. Or being a vehicle history report company.
I mean, so let me ask you this. So dealers could utilize this solutions, and you're saying like car dealers would utilize it. I know the claims industry could utilize it. So there's a lot of, from what I'm hearing, there's a lot of different areas. People could use it in so many different aspects.
That's right. I mean, we feel like we're covering, as far as our client base is concerned. I mean, we cover the gamut, anywhere from auctions to, insurance companies, lenders, claims companies, inspections companies, companies that do transport. We have a solution that will help each of these customers provide, a high quality solution to their own, to either their customers, to their end users, or just as the data, using that information internally as they make decisions and look to reduce risk.
Okay, that makes sense. Let me ask you, like, so if you're, how would you say you're trying to set yourself apart from the competition, or what really makes your company different than anybody else out there? That's really your differentiator.
Well, I think we understand the nuanced needs of all of the various different vehicle channels and the independent operators that are servicing those markets. That's really the primary thing. Our commitment to high quality data, either served in a bundled capacity or a la carte, and in creating solutions that are easy for our clients to use and that are tailored around our clients' needs, really drives our business and sets us apart. We're real easy to do business with. We've done thousands of custom client integrations over the years in this space, and feel that we're really some of the most committed and knowledgeable people in creating custom data solutions in and around vehicles in the space. So, we just don't throw our hands up in the air and tell customers to go figure it out, or become VINs as a random cog in the wheel. We're really experts in our space, and a team of experts that's there to help extract value out of your data processes.
So basically, you actually can customize for a client's needs. Then it's not just an out of the box solution. There could be some customization to it.
Absolutely. We have out of the box solutions in our vehicle history products and our vehicle history capabilities, but we take pride in the customizable delivery of those products and the customization of those products for our clients, so that they fit, the client's needs, both from a cost perspective, a value perspective, and a data perspective.
Okay. So let me ask you this. One area that kind of interests me is how are, when it comes to this, like the specialty space, like, heavy equipment, vehicles, things that are just maybe not a standard auto, maybe a motorcycle or something like that. What's your company's like capabilities in that kind of arena?
All right. So the foundation of our data is the Dmv Title Information. So that provides the state that the vehicle has been titled in, the location, the odometer reading, the date, and any title brand that has been associated with that vehicle. We have that across the board for vehicles that are on the road. So think of passenger car light trucks. We have power sports and motorcycles, commercial trucks, so that includes class 4 through 10, motorized RVs and campers, and we even cover classic vehicles. So pre-1981, fewer than 17-digit VIN vehicles, we have data for those as well. So that title, and then the other information that we bring to the table, which includes things like junk, salvage, and insurance total loss information. We also have open theft, open lien, open recall, vehicle valuations, inspection information, for sale events, warranty, and high quality VINDA code. And we provide that for for the vehicles across the board.
Okay. Well, I saw something just the other, earlier this month about you guys including Black Book data now. What's the importance behind that and how does that help in this process?
Yeah, vehicle values are so important for our commercial clients, really of all kinds. So inspectors, claims, insurance companies, and we try to make it easy for them to get that information from companies like Black Book, and we also actually have Manheim Market Report. So the Black Book provides wholesale, retail, and trade-in information. Manheim, we get not only that the wholesale, retail, and trade-in. We also get historic and estimated future values. And again, we just want to make it easy for our customers to get information that they may have to scramble to find it from other locations.
Wow. So, with this information, it sounds like you got a lot of information working, with the insurance side and the claim side is kind of something that I think carriers could potentially benefit from this. How would carriers work with you? I mean, there's a lot of areas I can think of. Obviously, you got underwriting, you have claims, you have all these different aspects. But what are some of the things that you've experienced, or you think that would be a good area for carriers to potentially engage with your company?
Yes, I mean, there's really sort of three main areas that we feel that insurance companies can really benefit by using our information. The first is, policy originations. They can use our data to vet the vehicle as they're making sure that the vehicle is free of any major problems that they may have to insure down the road. So they're making sure that the vehicle is free of title brands like salvage and junk, and at least being aware of them so that they can be excluded from coverage if that's how they're going to be insuring the vehicle. Our data is also not specifically limited by FCRA, so
Okay.
it does open the door for that information to be used by the insurance company in the policy origination space. In addition to the vehicle history information, we also have factory build data that can assist carriers, or really, any company that needs to verify the factory build options. So it shows exactly which options were on that specific VIN. It's basically decoding it down to the 17th digit. As you know, there can be thousands of dollars in difference in the value in the options that are put on the vehicle and the various trim levels, or just in the specific options. Now in the claims area, our information can be used just to be sure the vehicle doesn't have something else that that might have precluded coverage, such as previously unreported damage or an open recall. Again, just making sure that the vehicle is above board, that the story matches the vehicle and the vehicle matches the story. It's really the same thing for specifically in the fraud detection space.
Hmm.
So making sure that they might be looking for things like mileage or the vehicle location or inspection information for commercial vehicles, or anything else that might show fraud or intent to fraud.
So there's really actually I can see there's a lot of different, areas where a carrier could utilize your services. Now, you talked earlier about the ability to customize or, could there be situations where maybe one of these departments doesn't want everything, but they only want certain parts of the information on a VIN, or do they usually want everything at once, or is it kind of fed to them in different ways?
No, we're able to parse out all of our various different data pieces and provide our customers with solutions that is the data load that they need.
Okay.
So amongst a large menu of various data pieces, we can custom tailor packages for any of our clients that includes the specific information that affects them and that is needed by them. And we can preclude anything that is unnecessary or takes the cost that adds cost to the
Mhm.
relationship.
All right. I was talking a little bit earlier about the specialty space, and that's, I guess, is an interest to me because that's an area it has been traditionally kind of difficult to get good info on in the commercial type vehicles. And I know it's so essential to that. Some of this can make the huge difference of evaluation of a vehicle. I mean, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you huge difference. I mean, how granular can you get? I'd love to hear a little bit more about that part because that's where an area I see a difficulty in the market.
yeah, you're right. Specifically in the commercial vehicle history space and the specialty vehicle history spaces, it's really hard to obtain good detailed information for insurers that either cover over the road kind of commercial vehicles like class 4 through 10 or specialty vehicles, power sports vehicles, those kinds of things. And our data provides a basis for decisioning and risk reduction opportunity because it includes things like title data, vehicle specifications in detail, highway inspection data, collision incidents, open theft, recall values. It's a really good solid set of actionable and verifiable information from trusted data sources that covers a broad spectrum of vehicles.
That's very interesting because I know for a fact you get the wrong type of engine in there, you get the wrong transmission. I mean, that's it could be thousands and $1,000 differences. So having that accuracy, yeah, is really important. Yeah, I guess I said earlier, as entrepreneurs in the space, as an entrepreneur myself, I mean, we've been going through kind of a crazy time with the COVID situation going on. How has it been for you, both of you, launching a business, building a business during this time? What's some of the challenges you faced going out there trying to get the name out?
Well, we started the company during a pandemic. I think that was certainly interesting and difficult as we've, navigated this massive market uncertainty and all the changes over the course of this year. So achieving, our set milestones and, being on plan really feels like a big win for us, given the challenges of being a startup and COVID, everything like that. We were already used to working remotely. We've been doing it for a long time. So we weren't suddenly forced to work a lot differently per se, although now our families are suddenly home with all of us.
Yeah.
And so there are a lot more people around to take care of. But, I think the fact that both of us have been in the automotive data and the information space for as long as we have has given us a real boost, and our investment team and vendors, and puts a lot of confidence in us, and so that's really helped. It was a big part of it. And we just we know how to do this. We've been doing it for a long time and have some unique perspectives on doing things differently and what not to do. So it's been nice to have a little bit of breathing room with COVID to not feel like you're sucked into the day-to-day grind. You've got your family around. And I think that's been a really unique, interesting part of this journey for me, starting a business at home with my family around.
Yeah, especially the chance, usually in the stress of starting a startup, that can be tough, but it's glad to hear you've been able to balance that. So
it's been fun.
So like with a lot of these conferences being virtual, I've seen a lot. I've been participating in a lot of virtual conferences myself. I know there may be potentially some coming up in toward the end of the year as things start to open up. Any plans on to go in any of these conferences, or how are you getting out there to get the name out and meet with clients right now? How are you starting to do that? Or do you have any big plans to go on any roadshow or anything?
Well, we are certainly looking at events later this year. As I, live in Las Vegas, so as the conventions and the meetings start to come back, we're going to be looking at doing those things in person, or at least, sort of the hybrid model that I've been seeing a lot of. Of course, we've been doing a lot of direct outreach to people that we know in the industry for a long time. Plus, we've been doing some advertising and some trade magazines and online publications, like Auto Remarketing, for instance, that serves the auction and the lender and insurance market as it relates to reselling vehicles back into the trade. So we are absolutely looking at ways that we can sort of evangelize, if you will, our messaging regarding the efficacy of our information and just the ease of use and how that we're good people to do business with. That's what we're really trying to get the message out.
Okay, great. As we wrap up here, tell us, do you have any exciting things you want to announce or anything coming up with the company that the listeners might be interested in that you'd like to kind of tell us about?
Sure, absolutely. We launched our customer-facing website back in December, and we've gotten nothing but compliments on it from our commercial users, consumers, dealers. Everybody who's been using it love the website. It was built from the ground up for mobile. Our reports are very easy to use on your phone and on your desktop. So we've got a product that's modern. We also, thanks to Adam and our team, we have a highly functional API that enables our larger clients to be able to directly integrate our information into their software applications that they use every day. We also have an easy to implement affiliate program that sometimes, carriers and others forget about, that actually can enable a vehicle history report to be sold to a consumer right on their websites, so that the carrier can make a little bit of money while they're providing a high quality vehicle history report that consumers need, and while they're in that purchase mode. So it's a great way to to have their websites work for them. But we're also working on some new and exciting features like batch reporting on our website. That will also enable exception report capability, so that users can then filter on specific events, and we would then deliver back a group of VINs that have a certain event called out, so that we do the work for them. They don't have to piece through that, and they also don't have to spend a lot of IT dollars trying to figure out how to parse the information. And then, of course, we're continuing to add important, valuable information that our clients need. So we really have the foundation built. Now we just need to, add more data to what we already have.
Wow, it sounds like you guys got a lot going on there. This sounds really exciting. And as we close right now, I'd like to, if you guys both could let our audience know, how can they get a hold of you? If you're a carrier, a car dealership, carrier, anybody in the industry that could benefit from this, how can they get a hold of both of you?
Well, the easiest way is to visit the website at VINDataHistory.com. Everything you need to know, want to know is there, as well as contact information. For any sales opportunities, I would reach out to Edie directly. Her phone number, Edie, I'm going to give it to everybody, 707-846-3282, extension 230. And you can email either of us, Adam at VINData History, or Edie, EDIE at VINDataHistory.com. And we will get back to you as soon as we can. I can't say how much I enjoy working with Edie. Starting this business and having her as a partner is something I couldn't pass up, because she's great to work with. She is by far one of the most knowledgeable, hardworking, and dedicated professionals I've worked with. And I learn something new from her every day. I guarantee you will too, as a customer, as a client. So give her a holler.
Wow. Well, Edie and Adam, it's great having you on the show and hearing about the company. And I wish you guys all the best. Awesome to have you on. And thanks for being a guest.
Thank you so much, Ernie. We really appreciate the opportunity to have appeared on this podcast. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great one.
Thanks.
This has been Focus on Claims with Ernie Bray, President and CEO of ACD.